Okay, I think we're good here. Sorry, I had to take care of something real quick. Also had to grab some water, so, all the good shit. So, sup guys? How goes it? Got my water bottles here, and yeah, that's plural because I know I'm gonna need both of them. Let me see if I can remember where we left off, because all I remember is that the last time that we went through this, we had gone on to Shizune's route, which is, and I think we just started it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we just started it. I remember Misha teaching us sign language, which was really cool. Well, teaching us a little bit more sign language, because she wants to be the sign language teacher. That's why she's at the school. I think that's all that happened. Not entirely able to remember, but I think that's where we're at here. Alright, so without further ado. Oh no, wait. Yeah, okay, that's on. Advanced game theory. Alright. The sign language teacher says I'm pretty good. I try not to think about it too much, but the truth is I'm pouring over it so much lately that it's hard not to keep coming back to it at least a couple times a day. I guess I am picking it up faster than expected, but it's still not enough. I understand it just fine. Understanding it is simple. Well, I had to put my mind to it to read it, but it's easy enough when I do. The sounding itself is doable, I just need a little more practice. However, trying to do both at the same time, even at half the speed Misha does, is impossible. Where I am now is good for my level, but in order to reach a point where I'll be able to really converse with Shizune, I'll need more work. I'm doing the best to get to the point one step at a time by doing as much studying as I can squeeze in during lunch. I look up from Introduction to Japanese Sign Language to check if Shizune or Misha are around. Of course, since this is taking up my lunch hour, I've had to avoid them for a few days now. What's more, I'll have to continue doing it if I want to keep Shizune from finding out. I'm back to the corner, scanning the area every 10 minutes. I feel like some kind of criminal trying to evade capture. Every chance she gets, Misha asks me why I want to hide the fact that I'm learning sign language from Shizune. Looking back on it, there wasn't really any reason, but now I think I know. If I want Shizune to be able to treat me as a true equal, sign language is an important step towards the goal. If I want to be able to treat Shizune as an equal, then sign language is an important step towards that goal. Another important step is to make sure she doesn't know, so that we're able to finally speak on equal terms. I'll be fully ready, able to do it right, not like some, I'll be fully ready, able to do it right, not like some, god damn it. Dill Dillinet? I don't know, man. Anything less, I think, would be insulting. She would see it the same way. So to me, this is the only option, especially now that I've decided to be so resolute with it. Shizune has a huge aura. It's very easy to see her coming, or even to sense her coming. Mostly because Misha's hair lights up any crowd. Mostly because Misha's hair lights up any crowd she's in like a beacon, and you can hear her laughing from a mile away. Although if Misha weren't with her, it would be the same. Her directness and efficiency are core parts of her, so it's no surprise that they come across the way across in the way she walks as well. Due to all these factors, I'm able to put all my things. I'm able to put away all my things and put on the best casual face long before they see me and head my way. Hey. Oh my god, we know sign language, boys. Student council. Student council. Student council was the first thing I asked to learn. It seems like it would come in handy. Yeah, I've been dodging it for a while now, huh? Yep. Shizune sits down in front of me to my right, and Misha to my left. It was a mistake putting myself in the corner now. In the corner. Now I'm, well, cornered. In the end, I'm dragged off to the student council room, but I don't mind. I was starting to miss them a bit anyway. In some ways, this makes it easier. Satisfied with having caught me, Shizune doesn't ask me where I've been all this time. Once I stand before the door, I wonder what could be so important that they're so eager to pull me back in. Games? There are more. Wow, there are more games out than books. This at least explains why every time I come here, there are stacks of books piled on every table and occasionally parts of the floor. They need some room to put all the games somewhere. It's boring again. It's boring playing against each other so much, Hichan. So it's your turn, okay? It's settled then. I didn't even say anything. Damn, still don't know all of it. Hichan, this is one of the last days we'll be able to take it easy for a while. So, it's especially important that we make the most of it, don't you think? Tanabata is coming up soon, and we'll have to put a lot of work for that too. Shit. So for now, play with us. Come to think of it, it's true. I hadn't even noticed because I was so wrapped up in wanting to learn sign language. Right on the heels of one festival, a bigger one appears. I wonder if Shizune will try and rope a couple new members in to try and help with that one as well. You're right. Yay! Hichan agrees. Let's celebrate. Oh fuck! Right. I know. We should play a game. Let's play a game to celebrate, Hichan. I don't know. That kind of thing usually ends badly for me. Hichan is worried about the stakes. Misha makes a very disappointed face. It's hard to tell if she's mocking me since her expression is so exaggerated by default. Since her expressions are so exaggerated by default. She's an all-out kind of girl. I turn my head to Shizune. Now this person, she's definitely mocking me. Stop that! But yes, I'll play with you if you tell me what's at stake first. How very Japanese! Putting the consequences above everything else. Hichan, have you ever heard the expression, missing the forest for the trees? No. That's a lie, but I have my pride, which is currently feeling wounded. Okay, I'll play. But I want to pick the game. Misha nods. Additionally, I pick the punishment if you lose. Shizune makes an X with her arms. That either means denied or she's about to use her special attack. Afraid of the consequences. How vengeful, still thinking so spitefully about a playful little joke. If a bit you would probably bite back. Shizune signs a word that I don't quite catch. Hichan is so vengeful. Even though it was a playful little joke, if an armadillo bit you, you would probably bite back. I mean, if an armadillo bit me, I'd fucking punt that thing, so yeah. Armadillo? It's foolish to bite an armadillo back, Hichan. I mean, yeah. Not foolish to punt it, though. But Hichan, you wouldn't do that. But you wouldn't do it anyway, you see. I see. Shizune adjusts her glasses with a small flourish of her hand. Hichan, we didn't have anything planned at all, so if you were to win or lose, you just assumed that there would be something like that. I wonder why. Me too. But oh well. There isn't. Does that change your mind, Hichan? Well, yeah. Misha windmills her arms at high speed to show her joy. Weird habit. This is the kind of thing that you could only see you could only see in the student council room, occupied by 3 people. Anywhere else, you would end up socking someone in the face. Yay, yay! Let's start right now. Not just yet. Okay. However, we have to all be able to play. That's my condition. I don't like games where it's one person's clearly the ace player right off the bat, or games where only 2 people can play if one of us has to sit back. It has to be something the 3 of us can play equally. Checkers? The instant she says it, Misha takes out a bag of checkers and places them on the table. Only 2 people can play that. I told you. Okay. Hichan, how about Monopoly? Oh no! Why would you bring that cursed atrocity out? A Monopoly box slowly edges towards me, and I take it out of Misha's hands and put it under my chair. I don't like that game. I don't like games that revolve around luck of the draw. They're too much about chance and not about skill. So stop jumping the gun with these games. Luck is kind of a skill, you know. No, it's not. It can be if you're consistently lucky, right? Once at that point, it's something else entirely. Oh God. Baccarat? Marbles? Life? Snakes and ladders? Roulette? Blackjack? Paper football? Trivial Pursuit? I know. All of these games except one. Misha begins to excitedly name a bunch of games where she's, as if she were reading from a list. With each suggestion, a new box, board, and piece appears around her. A bizarre catalog of games, ranging from children's fare to serious, polished-looking gambling instruments that look very out of place in this humble room. 3-way chess? Is that even possible? Let's try. Yes. Let's try it, definitely. They pull a chessboard from behind them with a flourish, like 2 junior magicians. Well, magic does require some deft sleight of hand, and they've got that in spades. I'm surprised. Nevertheless, it's still somehow unsettling. Stop doing that! Excuse me? A very timid voice manages to make me look up. I lost my ID card, and someone told me if I could find out where to get a new one, I could find out where to get a new one here. If I'm interrupting something, I can come back later. Hanako's eyes drift across the room, taking in the landscape of piled-up record books, haphazardly scattered chairs, and overturned board games. I guess this isn't exactly the image of organized, tightly run student council like our like ours should have been given off. Hello. It's the only thing I can say to break the ice. Unfortunately, it just seems to startle her further. Uh, my ID card, You're in class? You're in our class, aren't you? Right? Right. So, don't be so timid, okay? Come on. Yep. Even if, even if we're your seniors, it's not like we'll bite. We're not her seniors. We're in the same class. Still, I'm grateful for them stepping in. What is it you want? An ID card, right? Right. Yes. Her eyes slide away from Misha. Being shy, it's no wonder she's not the best at keeping eye contact. Follow where she's looking and notice her gaze atop the chessboard on the table. Hanako's eyes widen just for a moment. Shizune notices as well. Do you like chess? Huh? Uh, you like chess, don't you? Yeah, you do, definitely. Do you want to play? Hesitation. She might make a break for it. I refuse to get involved in this. It won't end well. To my amazement, Hanako seems to consider the idea very seriously. She touches the tips of her fingers together pensively, mulling over the thought. That level of consideration is more or less a confirmation. We're having our lunch break, so you have to wait anyway. Why not play with us in the meantime? Come on, it'll be fun, really fun. You like chess, don't you? I can tell, really, really. It's obvious, so please, will you? God, that didn't even sound like questions, it sounded like statements. Okay. Yay, success. Okay. That's great. Oh shit. The chessboard is set up. The opening move is important. However, Shizune doesn't seem to care. Oh, look at Shizune. Hanako ponders her move carefully, sliding pieces forward just a little bit, and pulling them back in uncertainty. Second guessing herself over and over again. She's really into this game, so you can't call her a casual player. Definitely an enthusiast. Shizune can't take her lightly, no matter what she does. Hanako has an appropriate response. Yet there's something wrong about the pacing of this game. Shizune moves too quickly. No, not even too quickly, but with a logical speed. It's like she isn't even thinking about what she'll do next. Either Shizune's in a realm of supercomputers, or she isn't taking the game very seriously. Misha does need a chill. Or maybe Hanako isn't very good. Shizune forces an exchange of pawns. Hanako's turn takes an increasing amounts of time on the game as the game goes on, and it hasn't even been going on that long. Suddenly, it all becomes clear. Shizune has a lot more time to think about her next move because Hanako takes forever to move a piece. Despite that, it's an interesting game. Black Knight to f6, Bishop to d3. Since they're both playing seriously, no one is toying with the other. There's no clear dominant player, at least for now. Maybe this is helped by the fact that they aren't very close to each other from what I can see. Shizune is a mysterious opponent to Hanako, and Hanako is an enigma to Shizune. Hanako's furrowed brow shows that she is into the game. She wants to really win, and Shizune always wants to win. The lack of familiarity is a little depressing, but it is giving life to the game, and it's allowing them to see each other as good competition. Maybe they might even end up being friends over it. Or at the very least, rivals in chess. It's an optimistic thought. Although, remembering playing Risk against Shizune, she doesn't just want to crush people for the fun of it. The game continues. Shizune plays 12 moves in 4 minutes. What a scary opponent. But Hanako holds her own, even with her king being chased around the board a bit. Pawn to h6. White knight to e6. The end is near. The game ends. That was a really good game. Thanks. It was really close. I thought I would lose. You're very skilled. Magnanimous in victory, the extending hand to the defeated. Magnanimous in victory, and extending a hand to the defeated. Maybe it's because Hanako is taking your defeat so well. This is a fun game, but it took so long, almost the whole period. Chess is too formulaic, especially at this level. How about some advanced rules? What? Advanced? Yeah! Like speed chess, or chess with additional pieces, or maybe we can pair up and play tag team chess with 1 or 2 boards. Your choice. Come on! It'll be fun, really. Regular chess is too slow, too methodical. It's boring. I want to play chess that rewards quick thinking and daring. Any one of these, comparing chess to it is like comparing checkers to Go or tic-tac-toe to shogi. Right? Oh my god. Even laser chess might be more exciting. Pick something, pick! Like a deer in headlights, many emotions spring up in me. Watching Hanako's mind reel in front of the chessboard as if she's about to faint. The dominant one is amusement, but I move in a little closer in case she might topple over. She's so worried. The board is set up again, but this time it's not even close. Hanako can't make a move out of fear of her. Hanako can't even make a move out of fear of her colliding with Shizune's. She's all over the board in an onslaught. Anywhere Hanako wants to put a piece, Shizune's already there. It's the fastest game I've ever seen in my life. Stop this. Let's change the rules and play again. Best out of 6, like Kasparov or like Kasparov in Deep Blue. Hanako excuses herself and flees from the room. No, wait. Didn't she want to know where she could get a new ID? Excuse me. Hello. Please come back, please. Wait. Strangely, the farther Misha goes away, the louder the sound of her voice seems to grow. I couldn't catch her. Shizune pats her on the shoulder reassuringly. There. You're pretty cheerful for someone who just needed a pat on the shoulder. Hey, John, do you hate games where luck is involved? A question out of nowhere, but it seems like an important one. If it wasn't, why would Shizune be looking at me, watching for my reaction? Even as I glance in her direction, she tries to pretend she isn't doing so, putting on a casual air by spinning a chess piece in her fingers. I don't like games that revolve around luck of the draw, right? That was you, Hichan. Yeah, revolving around luck isn't the same as having luck involved. Though I don't hate games just for having an element of luck. Most games have an element of luck to them anyway. It's what keeps them interesting. I think a game where you know from the beginning how far you can go is boring. Then it's not a game, isn't it? Just going through the motions. For a game where you have little to no control, I don't think I can get into something like that. I see. That girl isn't very good at chess. Chess is a formulaic game, so it's a game that isn't suited for her. There was nothing formulaic about her. Someone who plays chess like that, looking only at the next piece, playing so shallowly, can't be called a serious chess player. Fucking hell, Shizune. Anyone who loves chess to prove the point, anyone who loves chess to the point where their eyes sparkle like that when they see a chessboard would be the kind of person who would study the game. If you study it just casually, you can learn to see at least 2 moves ahead, even against pros. Why would someone who loves that game so much that enthusiasm know so little about it? Even less than someone just passing interest in it. Shizune puts down the piece in her hand. It's a rook. Her feelings are real, but her feelings for the game aren't real. Do you understand, Hichan? There's no luck in chess. It's very important to realize that. Luck in games is good because it gives everybody a chance. Just enough to matter, but not so much that skill is penalized. Chess is boring because it's not a game. It's not a game to me. It seems like formulas. Hanako isn't the kind of person who would love something like that either. Ugh. If you value something, you fight. Struggle is proof of precautiousness? I think so, at least. Or you concede immediately, since it's so precious that it stops you thinking. The first is a passionate love. The second is a gentle love. I tried to fight her, chasing you around her king and trying to bait her. It didn't succeed though, because she stuck to only what would work. The trickiest moments were when she moved the fastest. That means she knew exactly how to deal with those situations. That means someone taught her. Do you understand, Hichan? Not really. If you love chess that much, but you can't give it your all, it's because the love of the memories attached to it. It's because you love the memories attached to it, and not the game. It's too precious to her to see as a tool for true competition. Due to that, you can't become friends over it. Not without words. Well, your way of making friends isn't the kind of way that works for everyone, Shizune. The look on her face isn't one of sadness, at least as far as I can tell, but her words are very sad. Hey, let's play a game. Well, the board is still here. The bell rings and cuts me off. Damn it! Jesus Christ. Things have returned to normal. Well, I transferred in a pretty unusual time, and I can hardly say that I had a normal first few weeks here. I guess it's more like things have calmed down and reached normality. I've been here longer than I thought. It's hard not to think about all the stuff I must have missed in the school before my arrival, or the things that might have happened in my old school since I've been gone. I wonder where these feelings come from, since I didn't leave much behind. I have a lot more here than I like. If that wasn't the case, then I wouldn't even bother with something like student council or Shizune and Misha. I'd be hard pressed to care about anything if the school was how I imagined it would be. So even this feeling of a daily routine makes me glad in a way. I dread the amount of work that's going to hit me in student council after school, enough to want to consider stepping out on my duties, just this once. Yet, it's nice to feel like there's something I can do. Shizune drops a stack of attendance sheets next to me. Thanks for helping out again. Thanks again, Hichan. Sure is a lot of work, though. I had to skip out on sign language class again, but now with the level I'm at, I can understand most of Shizune and Misha's conversations with each other, so I'm not too bothered by it. Shizune still doesn't know, though. I'm determined to keep things that way until I'm very sure of my skills. Perhaps it's a little childish of me. Tanabata's in less than 5 days, but they're only going to start building the stalls tomorrow. Hichan, we might have to help out with building stalls again starting tomorrow. Why? What was the point of them taking them apart then? It took days, didn't it? Yep, that's right. Even though Hichan wasn't there for it. I would have helped out if you asked. It wouldn't have made much sense.
sense to bore you with cleanup duty after you enjoyed the festival so much. It wouldn't have made sense to bore you making you clean up right after the festival. It would have ruined the fun. Besides, Hichan is lazy anyway. You would have tried to run away again. Hichan doesn't like playing Foxhound. That stings. Shizune covers her mouth with her hand and starts shaking it. It takes me a second to realize she's laughing, mostly because she's doing it completely soundlessly. It's a little strange to see, but more or less the same good-spirited kind as Misha's without being eardrummingly piercing. Whatever. That's a good question though, Hichan. Stalls! Oh, Jesus. It's a storage issue. The school doesn't have anywhere to store so many stalls since each one is pretty large. They won't pay for outside storage either, so this is what they decided on. It's inefficient but cheaper. Because the school doesn't have anywhere to store that many stalls, Hichan. Yeah, right. They do, but they don't want to pay. Sorry, Hichan. It's because of the previous generation. The leadership decided that taking storage costs has risen too much, and that student council before us was too weak-willed to tell them that it's stupid to have to build and disassemble 60 stalls twice every year. Okay. Hichan, let's eat something. It feels like we've been working all day. We have. Now that I think about it, I am hungry. I would have had lunch, but it was really crowded today for some reason. So I decided it wasn't worth the trouble. It was like that today because they had some especially interesting things on sale on the side. Like what? No, don't tell me. I guess it doesn't matter since I won't be able to eat them anyway. Shizune looks oddly pleased with herself. I wonder what the context of that could be. I prepared ahead of time for this. Beaming with such self-satisfaction, she produces a wide assortment of food from her bag. I can immediately see that 90% of it or more was taken from the lunchroom. There's a lot as well. Isn't there a limit on how much one person can buy? That means these gains are definitely ill-gotten. The veal cutlet bread is always sold out in the first minute of lunch. I'm impressed you managed to obtain one. Thank you. I reach for it quickly, but Shizune immediately makes a grab for it as well. Her hand goes slack for a second when she touches mine, but immediately pushes forth with redoubled effort, that blazing competitive spirit flashing dangerously in her eyes. Her fingers pry at mine, searching for an opening. I don't budge an inch, prepared to fight for this bread with my life. I might never have another chance to eat this. I'm fully aware that if we continue like this, we would crush the bread, greatly reducing its edibility. Misha, tell her that unless she lets go, the bread is gonna get crushed. Why can't you do it yourself? I'm startled she can so nonchalantly let slip that I can communicate with Shizune just fine if I wanted to. I almost considered the possibility was intentional, but I'm sure she was just distracted on trying to tear a wrapper off a juice box straw. Isn't it obvious? I can't let go of the bread. I can't tell Shizune that then. She puts her palms up to the sky and shrugs with a wide grin on her face. Why not? Because you have a stake in this, so I can't trust you. If Shichan wants to reply, she has to let go of the bread, and then you win. Who knows? Maybe that's what you want, Hichan. It wouldn't be fair, so I'm going neutral, like Switzerland. Switzerland? Do you know about Switzerland? Of course I do. It's neutral. They're neutral. Shizune stares at me cockily, the tip of her tongue sticking out between her teeth as she continues to tug firmly at the veal cutlet bread between us. Suddenly, she lets go and places her
holds her hands up, palms facing outward, the universal gesture of peace. It seems like a poor way to settle this, doesn't it? And we might crush the bread. She glares, and her passive expression quickly plummets into a disapproving grimace. Hee-chan, drop the bread! We're negotiating now. I drop the bread reluctantly. Misha's hand darts in from the side, her fingers drumming across the table as it makes its way over. Don't mind me, I don't really like veal. I'll just take the sandwich right here. And something to drink too. Picking them up cautiously, she immediately retreats. She has the right idea. I could just pick something else. There are a lot of delicious things here. The chicken katsudon bread is also a popular seller, ranking high in taste and demand, but I've already eaten one before. You're so mature, Hisao. This wouldn't be a problem if you would pick something else. The chicken katsudon bread is delicious. You're so mature, Hee-chan. Why don't you pick the chicken katsudon bread instead? It's delicious. Oh my god, I hate reading things twice, but this is hilarious. But I've already eaten that. Hee-chan, why are you so obsessed with eating veal cutlet bread? Specifically. It's hard to get normally. Rare things are more delicious. You're acting like a child. You're acting like a child, Hee-chan. Why don't you eat the chicken bread? That's not important. Turning bright red, she smiles cunningly and continues. There's no reasoning with you, so it looks like there's only one way to settle this. We're gonna play for it. That doesn't matter, we'll play for it instead. Somehow I expected this. It's the logical conclusion. Shizune has been studying for a long time, pretty much continuously up until now. With our finals over, I guess that's surprising that surplus energy has to go somewhere. Play what? The oldest game known to man, upon which fate of nations have been known to rest. Rock, paper, scissors. Janken Pon. We'll play rock, paper, scissors. Really? That sounds so serious, Shi-chan. There's no humor in her expression. She's dead set on this. Okay. She draws her hand back and I mirror her. Go. We both put out rock, a draw. I thought I had the perfect plan. Rock is unbeatable. Shizune frowns, deeply upset about the unexpected turn of events. Not as planned? Again! 2 papers. Damn. Again! We both throw out 2 rocks again. But a third hand among us is representing scissors. This looks fun. Can I play? Wow. She signed 3 ellipses all at once. It's a duel, Shi-chan? Dueling conduct? You're right. I really don't know. The faster she signs, the harder it is to follow. In fact, it looks like even Misha's having trouble to keep up. What's she talking about? One more time! We tie again. Every time Shizune demands a rematch, eventually skipping that step altogether and throwing rock, paper, scissors out with increasingly reckless abandon. Even playing completely randomly, we continue to tie. This is a mathematical long shot. Misha hovers above us, watching it all and laughing each time we draw. After 16 rounds, Shizune pushes her chair away at the table and stands up. Enough of this, Hee-chan. I see what I've been doing wrong. This will be all over next round, so brace yourself, okay? Okay. I've studied your thought process and I see how you play. I'm anticipating your next move and will combat it expertly. This is news to me, as I can't remember what we were doing this over. Shizune grins confidently and a look of fearless daring on her face. Her cool eyes flash with pure competitive spirit as she draws her hand back, goading me wordlessly to do the same. Her form is amazing, like a professional bowler or something. Just to throw a hand motion. 2 papers.
She looks so fucking distraught. Shizune's body immediately goes slack and rubs her temples with a look of exasperation on her face as she lets out a sigh so long it sounds like a tire deflating. I realize I've gotten a lot hungrier in the time we've been doing this. We can just split it. I break the bread in half and offer one half of it to Shizune. She takes it. Thank you. She looks at the bread in her hand, studying it. But this feels hollow somehow. Regardless of how she feels, she still eats it. All of a sudden, I see Misha observing the scene out of the corner of my eye. Hee-chan, that was very romantic, I think. Oh, come on. She laughs and takes a bite of her second sandwich. We eat in silence for a while, Shizune and I managing to avoid any other contests and then go back to work. Bread, scissors, paper. God damn it. As I finish up the day's usual filing, I think to myself that this might be Shizune's way of trying to start this week on a high note. After all, tomorrow is when the real work will begin. With her hands literally full of building stalls, she won't be able to talk very much. It'll likely be pretty dull and tiring, like it was the first time around. I'm appreciative of her efforts in that case. It's nice to have days like this as a way of enjoying yourself before days ahead. I think that was her idea as well. I also remember I still have to get rid of Kenji's package. Damn thing's so bulky, and somehow I've never been able to track him down since I picked it up. After student council is adjourned for the day, I walk towards the vending machines to look for something to drink, parting from Shizune and Misha. It's a short trip, but after a few seconds I start feeling I'm not alone. A pair of hands cover my eyes. Guess who? Shizune? It's me, Hee-chan. Yeah, I know. Then why'd you say Shi-chan? It's okay to be wrong sometimes, Hee-chan. You're too proud. Anyway, after student council, you don't usually have any plans, right? So you're going straight to your dorm? Where else would I go? Okay, that's great, Hee-chan. I want to talk to you today, so this works out perfectly. Two high school students, alone after class in a quiet, empty building. As the sun dyes the sky romantic amber color, the cute girl says that she wants to talk. What a secretive and appealing situation. My imagination is buzzing. It's likely not going to be anywhere near as exciting as I'm making it out to be, but it's fun to play it up that way. The popping sound of my canned coffee opening destroys any chance of maintaining such a cheesy mood, sounding louder than I'd thought imaginable, amplified by the context of the situation. I sigh in disappointment and relief. So what's up? Oh, actually, I'm a little behind on some of my classes, and if I don't catch up, it could be a problem. I can't put it off any longer. My teachers say that I have to really start taking things seriously, so I should listen, especially because this is the third time. I'm sorry, Hee-chan. Why are you apologizing? I won't be able to help you or Shi-chan with student council for a few days. It'll only be for 2 or 3 days, really. I'll definitely try to come back as soon as possible, but I can't say I'm happy about this. It's supposed to be getting really busy this week too, isn't it? Had some unfortunate timing. For a second, I want to ask if maybe Shizune could pull some strings to get her out of it. But Misha looks genuinely apologetic about it. It would be pretty dickish of me. He said it'd be pretty dickish of me to say something like that. That's my favorite phrase. It'd be pretty dickish of me to do this. Besides, if she says she can't put off any longer, I'm inclined to believe her, considering how surprisingly serious she can be with student council duties. Yeah, I see. It's okay. You managed with just Shizune and yourself last year, didn't you? So I'm sure I'll be able to do it as well. Don't worry about it. Really? Thank you, Hee-chan. Really? I didn't know Hee-chan would take it so well. I thought you'd be worried with how things were going to be. So, I thought you would be worried with how there's going to be so much work with Tanabata coming up and everything. Damn, she knows me oddly well. But Hee-chan is so composed. I'm glad. Yeah. You're sort of right. I was thinking about it, but it's not really that big a deal. I'm not gonna freak out over that. It's gonna be a little annoying passing that pad back and forth talking to Shizune, though. Hee-chan, just tell Shi-chan you can use sign language too. I don't understand why you won't. Not yet. I can understand most things already, but I want to be really sure. I wouldn't mind. Secrecy is killing me too. It'd be nice to be able to talk to her in a real conversation. Don't worry. I'm gonna tell her eventually. I want to. Actually, I'm trying to think of a good opportunity for it. That won't be a problem, Hee-chan. Why not? Well, because I kind of told Shi-chan that you understand her. She was worried about the same thing, that you wouldn't be able to understand each other. So, I was worried, but it worked out fine in the end after all. Misha, why? I trusted you. How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes, got nowhere to run. Life goes on. I lose it. Hold on. Allow me to take a quick drink before I scream. Do you know how stupid I look now? I sat there for like half a damn day acting like I couldn't read sign language. And you're seriously telling me that she knew the whole time I could? She was probably thinking, this guy is a complete jackass pretending he can't understand me. I just made a total ass of myself. How could you let me do this? Misha frowned, seeming lost for words on realizing that I'm taking this differently than she might have expected. She doesn't speak again until after seeing that I've calmed down. But, Hee-chan, I think this is definitely for the best. She says that without batting an eye, having waited patiently through my panic to say it. The cheerful delivery of her words makes it seem like she sliced out the time between when she had dropped the bomb on me and now. It's pretty funny in a way. You have such a one-track mind, you know that? Yes! The damage is done. If Misha can believe that things will work out with such unflinching surety, then maybe it's worth giving it a chance. And if things don't work out, I'll run as fast as I possibly can. Try and make it up to me, and just in case, she offers to buy me another drink from the vending machine. It's a very small token of apology, but I suppose it's the thought that counts, and her thoughts are sincere. Plus, it's a free drink, so I accept. Misha, how could you do this to me? Oh, I was really hoping that you'd freak out like that. I throw back my daily fistful of pills with a glass of water. After a solid 8 hours of sleep, I don't really know what I was afraid of last night. As I chew a particularly large tablet in half, I continue to rationalize my worries away. Shizune knew I was taking sign language classes all day yesterday, and didn't make a big deal out of it. She might be mute, but that doesn't mean she can't make her feelings known. No, in fact, it seems like she's all the more direct for it. I'm mad because Hisao is me when I think about this stuff. She doesn't beat around the bush or hold back. She always makes herself clear unapologetically. So there can be no mistakes. So if she wasn't mad, it's unlikely that she would be at all. On top of that, I didn't do anything wrong anyway. But as that fear of mine recedes, the thought of spending a couple days with Shizune without Misha takes its place. I hadn't really thought about it yesterday, but the idea becomes more and more intimidating. It's true I can understand sign